Starts, a daily social media show where I go live once a day, usually Monday through Friday, to share some tips and some ideas with the goal of helping myself and others create more success, serve people better, grow our incomes faster so we can create lives of freedom. That's the goal. And so today I'm going to be talking about the art of influential invitations. And if you're tuning in live, if you would do me a favor and say hello below, I want to be sure that my comment system is working. And if you're catching this on the replay later on, say hello below. Also, say hello below, say hello below. Say that 10 times fast. Say hello below, because I love seeing who's tuning in and interacting with you guys. So I'm going to jump right into this with a story that I wrote about in the description of this video. So yesterday, I'm out in my office and I'm working, and I get a little text message from my oldest son. And the question that he asked, and I'm gonna show you guys the exact text here in a second, but he said, "Hey Dad, can you check how much is on my card real quick, please?" And right away, I knew, oh boy, here it comes. He's gonna ask me for some cash, right? So I checked his bank balance, and I gave him the answer, and then he responded with, "Can you add 3? Hey, what's going on? Thanks for saying hello. Comments are working. We are in good shape. Thanks, Christian and Rita Joy." That's Rita Joy. I can tell by the 3 kisses that she put on the screen. So anyway. Of course, I tell him how much money's on his card, which was only $3. So then he says, "Can you add $3 to my card so I can get some pizza?" And then he said another little thing, and I said, "Sure." And I put the money on, and then he comes home, and I was looking at his text message that he sent me, and I noticed that he had applied a couple of really powerful influence principles as he asked me for what he wanted, that caused me to give him what he wanted, but not just give him what he wanted, but happily give him what he wanted. And I was so excited that when I went into the house to see him, because he came home for lunch, I said, "Caden, I'm so proud of you." And he's like, "Why?" And I said, "Because of the message you sent me." And he gets this little grin on his face. And I said, "Do you know what I'm talking about?" I said, "The way that you asked me for what you wanted," I said, "Do you know what you did? Do you know what you did?" And he said, "Hey, Veronique over in Belgium. Hey, Wanda DePaulo, good to see you." I said, "Do you know what you did?" And he said, and he mentioned a couple of things. He said, I gave you a reason that would benefit you when I asked. And I said, "That's right." Because what he did was he said, I'm actually just going to show you the text message, and I can point this out. He said here, he said, "Can you add like $3, please?" So he used please. That always helps. "So I can get a pizza, and I'll share it with you." And I'll share it with you. So one of the things that I have tried to teach my kids is this line that I got from Napoleon Hill, where he said, "You should never ask anyone to do anything without giving them a reason that benefits them for doing the thing that you're asking them to do." This is one little way you can increase your influence. And so my son did that, and I was so proud that he did. And then the next thing is I said, and what else did you do? He said, "I said thanks." I said, "You did say thanks, but you didn't just say thanks. You said thanks with an exclamation point." And I said, "Caden, I could feel your gratitude in the text." And that's one of the things that we've been trying to teach our kids, is that saying thank you and being thankful are not the same thing. And if you can express the emotion of your gratitude when you're connecting with people, they'll feel that. And that goes a long way in helping your invitations to be more influential. So that was a little interaction with my son, but I wanted to also share with you some other tips that have helped me a lot. Yesterday, we're in the middle of this product release, this public product release, and I am right now 3rd place in the promotional game that we're playing to help encourage each other to get out there and get the word out, right? So I'm 3rd in the entire company, and I'm excited about that. And while I'm excited about that, seeing Nevada Howard, shout out to her, and Diane Hockman, shout out to her, their pictures ahead of me, it's like, okay, come on. let's go. What can we do? What can we do to move up? And so anyway, I've sent out 90 invitations in the last 24 hours to people to see if they'd be open to looking at what we're doing. Danny said, hey, Danny, good to see you. He says, our kids are listening all the time when they're young. I hope so. Sometimes as a parent, you wonder because you try to teach them these things and you wonder like, man, are they listening to anything? But it's these little moments like this where you're like, yes, they might actually be listening. Danny says, great day, Paul. This is beautiful. It's amazing how far a little gratitude goes. Truly, it really is. And I'm so thankful you're here, Danny. Speaking of gratitude. Okay, so I sent out all these invitations, and what I thought I would do is show you the exact messages I sent out. So I sent out a bunch of messages on text, and I also sent out a bunch of messages via Facebook Messenger. So I want to show you the exact messages I sent out, but more important than that, I want to highlight the things that I did in these messages that I've done many, many, many times before. And once you learn them, it's just rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. But they really, really work, and they increase the effectiveness at which people will respond and say, yes, I'm open. Yes, I'm open. Yes, I'm open. And if you're indirect sales, network marketing, affiliate marketing, one of the ways that you can get the word out about whatever product or service you're offering is to invite people to look at what you're doing. And so let me just go ahead and share these with you. And before I show you the exact messages, I'm going to speak from my brain the principles that I try to follow when I'm sending an invitation out. So first, express goodwill. 2, arouse curiosity and or remove pressure. So you can kind of flip those around, but express goodwill, remove pressure, arouse curiosity, deliver the invitation, nourish the relationship. Those are the principles that I try to follow when I'm inviting someone that I know that I have some sort of a relationship with to take a look at what I'm doing. Hey, Bryce, good to see you. Thanks for commenting below, and thanks for the good encouragement. I really appreciate it. So those are the principles. Now let me show you practically how those played out in my business yesterday. And by the way, just in case you're wondering, does this work? Before I show you these messages, shout out to Bronwyn Olschlager, who just joined today. And she was one of the messages that I sent yesterday, one of the text messages that I sent using the exact message that I'm going to share with you. And she responded, and I want to show you her response because this is kind of cool. Not necessarily related to the invitation per se, but when I showed her what I invited her to look at, I want to show you her response because I thought this was really, really cool. Let's see if I can find it. Here it is. So after she watched the video, she said, "Holy cow, Paul, this is awesome." And I said, right? I had a feeling you'd like it. And the reason that I wanted to share that before I share with you the message is because, hey, Smiling Stu, good to see you, is because sometimes people have a hesitation in sending a message to someone to invite them to look at something. And there might be multiple things inside a person that's causing them to not want to send that invitation. Like one thing would be, oh, I don't want to bug people, or oh, I don't want to be viewed as a pushy salesperson, or oh, I don't want this, that, the other, whatever. But that message that you just saw from Bronwyn, when I showed her this thing, when I sent her the invitation, she said, yes, I'll look. I had her look. She was so excited about it. She said, this is so crazy because my son, I've been working with my son recently on personal development, and we've been talking about what he wants to do when he grows up. He's 14 years old, and he's decided that he wants to do something in affiliate marketing. And so this thing you sent me is so perfect for him. And so the thing that I think we all have to try to remember is that if you have something good to share with people, you're literally doing people a favor by going through this process. You're not hounding people, you're not pushing people, you're not annoying people. If you have something that can help change someone's life, and hopefully that's what your product or service does. Because if your product or service doesn't make a positive difference in the life of someone else, why the heck are you selling it? Why are you offering it? But if it really can help someone, you're doing people a favor by getting the word out. So that's first thing to just have first and foremost in your mind. I am doing people a favor, not the other way around. You are doing them a favor by taking your time out of your day. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I'm freaking busy. I have so many things going on. So for me to take some time out of my day to message someone, I feel like I'm doing someone a favor, right? I really do. And I think that's part of the mindset you got to have when you do this. Hey, Francisco, good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. All right, so let me show you the messages, and then I'm going to highlight the principles that I tried to follow in these messages that I sent out. Let's see. Got to move my screen here. Okay, so this was sent via Facebook, okay? Hey, Jonathan, hope you're having an awesome day. What's that? Express goodwill, just like I mentioned, one of the first principles. I wanted to reach out and run something by you. Our company recently acquired a very cool personal development app. It takes people through a powerful morning routine and includes features like gratitude practice, a digital journal, a vision board, goals. So what am I doing here? I'm arousing curiosity, hopefully. I'm telling them about some of the cool things that this product has so that hopefully the right people will hear about this and say to themselves, that sounds interesting. I'm curious. I'd like to know more. That's really the goal with arouse curiosity, okay? I added a little testimonial here. I've been using it myself for about 3 years, and I found it to be very valuable. Since we released it a few weeks ago, over 700 people have joined. It's low cost and pays high residual for referrals in case that's something you might be interested in. So what's this? This is still arouse curiosity. I'm sharing that, wow, over 700 people have joined. What does that cause people to do? It may cause them to think, that people are jumping on this. This might be something good. Low cost, high residuals, benefit driven reason for people to look, right? And then I added, anyway, we have a 40% off for our public release that expires this Friday. And I normally don't do this in my invitations, but I wanted to include it in this one because it's true. And the fact that we have a little bit of a deadline might entice someone to look at the information faster. So that's why I put that in here. So I wanted to message you to see if this might be something you'd like to take a peek at. If you're open, just reply back and I'll send you an 8-minute demo so you can take a quick look. No worries if not. What's that? That's remove pressure. No worries if not. You can remove pressure in all kinds of ways. Hey, Gail, or hey, Stu, this might be a little bit of a long shot, but I thought of you and wanted to message you, right? Remove pressure. What does that do? That takes the pressure off. Nobody likes to feel like you're pushing them into doing things. So if you let people know that it's okay if you do, it's okay if you don't, if it's not for you, cool, I still value our relationship, you're never, ever going to damage a relationship if you remove pressure in your invitation. And then the last part, strive to nourish the relationship. So I said, thanks so much for reading, and I'd love to hear how you've been and what you're excited about these days regardless. Thanks again, Paul. So that's how I sent the Facebook message. And then I've got some other tips. So if you're digging this training, I've got some other really valuable tips after I get done with this text message. So stick around for that. And feel free to ask me any questions you have if you've got some things coming up in your mind. But this was the text message version. Hey, Jacob. Long time no chat. This is Paul Hutchings. Hope you and your family are doing really well. Express goodwill. Hey, we just launched a very cool little personal development app that I've been using myself for about 3 years, and I found a lot of value in. I think it might be something that you could use. It's low cost, high value, and of course has an 80% referral plan, so there's some great little residuals if you want to share it with people. So what's that? Arouse curiosity. Benefit driven. Right now we have a 40% off promotion going on that expires this Friday to celebrate our public release, and I wanted to reach out to see if it might be something you would be open to taking a look at. If so, just reply back and I'll get you an 8-minute demo video. And if not, no worries. Remove pressure. Would still love to hear back and hear how you're doing. Nourish the relationship. Hope to talk soon, my friend. Make it a great day. So same principles applied 2 different ways. Jonathan responded, he's going to look. Jacob responded, he told me he was going to look last night. So this stuff definitely works. And so I wanted to share that. And then I also wanted to share a couple other really important ideas if you're going to use this strategy. Number one is you have to get an invitation out that causes the right people to respond, yes, I'm open. But the next thing you don't want to do is when they say, yes, I'm open, is immediately send them the link and say, thanks so much, here's the link, and then forget, like drop the conversation. There are some other things you can do that will increase the probability people will actually look at what they said they would look at. So I'm gonna explain the idea here, and then I'm gonna show you exactly how I do this, or I strive to do this. So when someone says, yes, I'm open, here's my attitude towards my link. My link is like gold. It's literally gold. And if I have gold in my hands, I do not want to give that gold to someone unless I know that they're going to treasure that gold, that they're going to take care of that gold, that they're going to get value from the gold that I give them. So what I do is when they say, yes, I'm open, I say, awesome, thanks so much. And I don't send them my gold. I say, if I send you the link now, when can you watch it for sure? Or you might say something like, if I send it over right now, do you have some time to watch it right now? And I will not send that gold over to that person usually. There's exceptions, like sometimes, right? Like everything has an exception, seems like. A lot of things do anyway. And so I will wait for that person to say, yes, I will watch it tonight. So I still haven't given them my gold, but they've given me a confirmation that they will watch it. After they say they will watch it, I still don't give them the gold. I say, awesome, thank you so much. Is it okay if I check back with you tomorrow after you've had a chance to watch it to see if what you saw resonated with you or if you have any questions? And then they'll say, yeah, that's fine. So now they've told me that they will watch the video. First, they said they're open, yes, number one. They've told me when they're going to watch it, number two. And then they've told me it's okay for me to check back with them and follow up, number three. So they've told me 3 times they're going to watch it. Now I can finally have confidence and trust that this person is going to take care of the gold that I'm going to send their way. And what I found when I don't do this, because every once in a while I forget or I'm in a hurry and I just send the link out, what I found is sending links out like that, even if they say they're open, it's like sending it off into an abyss, and those people usually don't join. So these last few steps are really, really important, and I'm going to show you here exactly how I did that in a text yesterday. So this is a friend of mine, Kevin, and I said, hey, Kevin. He said he was open. You can send me your link. That's what he says here. And I said, hey, Kevin, great to hear from you. Thanks for messaging me back. Yeah, the kids grow way too fast. I can't even hardly believe it. Life marches on. Also, thanks for being open to taking a look at this. If I send you the link now, when can you fit it in your schedule for sure? Would love to follow up with you if that's okay. And so far, Kevin has not messaged me back to let me know when he can watch it. And so I have not sent him the link. It's a waste of time. I don't want to waste his time. I don't want to waste my time. So I want to get a confirmation, right? A confirmation from people before I send that link. So those are some really powerful tips. And I have one last powerful tip. What do you guys think? Are you getting value from this? Stefan says, we'll try this strategy. It does work, guys. It really does. It does build relationships if you do it in the right way. And it's a really easy way to get the word out about something you're doing that you're excited about. So yeah, definitely let me know, Stefan, how this goes for you. And then the last tip that I want to share with you guys is a tip from this book of the month that I've been reading, this book called Word Weaving. Robert Delgado says, great insights. Thank you, Robert. I really appreciate it. Word Weaving, the Science of Suggestion. So this book is all about how to structure language so that, thank you so much, guys, for the great comments. Lindsay says, very great information. Thank you. Christian says, awesome value. Thank you, Mr. Christian. Stefan says, definitely. So the last tip. A lot of times in direct sales, people will ask this question. can you just tell me exactly what to say? Can you just give me a script, right? And in this video, I've done that. I've showed you exactly what I said, and I've given you scripts, exactly what I've done. That being said, here's something that you, I think, want to remember when it comes to scripts. Principles are more important than scripts. So if you can get the principles down, you can find yourself saying things that are coming from your heart, that are coming from your mind, that are outside of the script, but are still following the principles. So it's more of you in the message. And I think that's always going to work better than just following an exact script. But the other thing, and this is the tip from this book of the month that I picked up. This book is talking about suggestions, and it's coming from like a therapeutic standpoint, because the guy who wrote this, he's a hypnotherapist. So it's all about hypnosis and language patterns and trance states, in doing what you can as a therapist to help people create the change that they want to create to solve problems and move forward in life. So that being said, there's language patterns. There are, things you can do and say to help people have new insights, change perspective, have shifts in belief. But there's one line in this book where he's talking about direct suggestion versus indirect suggestion. And the line was something like, when you are able to communicate within a person's model of the world, so in other words, like, what exactly has happened in this person's past, what's going on in this person's life? How does this person see the world? In other words, you've taken the time as a therapist to really find out what's going on inside of someone's mind. And then you can structure your communication to match up with what's going on inside that person's life. The point that this author made was that those are always going to be the most effective forms of communication. And when I ran across that little note, I said to myself, message to market match. So in marketing, there's this principle called message to market match, which basically means if you know your market, you can match your message to your market. And generally, these people that use these ideas are talking about speaking to large groups of people, right? But here's something to remember. One-on-one message to market is also really important. So the point of me bringing this last part up is, if you can know something about the other person's life and you can address that in your communication, that oftentimes goes a long way. Like Jacob, the message that I showed you earlier, I know that him and his wife recently had a baby sometime in the last couple of years. So I could ask him about that. Hey, how's the new little one doing? Or Kevin, the guy that I showed you in this message, I know he's got girls, and he's posted about him on social media, and they're doing all kinds of cool things. So in my message to him, I said, I love seeing the posts about your girls and all the great things that they're doing. What's that doing? It's sincere. I really mean it, right? I'm not just saying that to try to manipulate someone, but because I know a little bit sometimes, this isn't always the case, but if you know a little bit about the person that you're messaging, sometimes you can include little things like that. And when people receive messages where it feels like the person actually knows a little bit about you and cares a little bit about you, that goes a long way, when you're sending messages. So remember that as you're putting together messages and getting out there and taking action and moving your business forward. And I think I'm going to call this a wrap. I really appreciate all the comments. Danny says, I really needed this today. You're so welcome. So glad it helped. Danny Younger says, this is golden. We really do need to be more productive of the treasure we hold and not just throw it out there like a cheap trinket. Amen. Great way to put that. I love the way you phrase that, Danny. And Kevin Ebsworth says, builds trust. Trust is the ultimate currency, guys. 100%. I believe that. We had a lady on our private coaching mastermind Monday night. She's number one in the promotional contest. She's a longtime top producer in home business. And that was one of the things that she said, was that she's been investing years building trust with people. And if you build trust with people, they will oftentimes be open to the things that you invite them to take a look at. So that's it. I'm going to close out. If you're just finding me for the first time and you got value from this message and would like to receive more from me in the future, I would love to encourage you to subscribe to me on whatever social media platform you're finding this on. And also the best way to stay in touch with me and continue to get my best ideas and my best training is to subscribe to my email list. And you can do that by visiting growrichmastermind.com/magic. growrichmastermind.com/magic. And if you do that, if you go to that page and subscribe, not only will you be getting on my email list, but you'll also be getting what I think is a very valuable gift. It's a training that I did called the Magical Morning. And that training and the things taught in that training has been totally life-changing for me, maybe more life-changing than anything I've ever done. And it's a gift to you if you decide to subscribe to my email list, growrichmastermind.com/magic. So that's it, guys. Hope you get out there, take action, go for your dreams. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. And thanks again for the discussion. Your comments makes this so much better and so much more fun. So I love and appreciate all of you guys.